Welcoming everyone to the weekly reading. So we are tapping in to the week starting Monday the 27th. So we're going to see what's going on this week for everyone, get some general information, anything you guys need to be aware of that can help you at this moment in time. So we'll get started here. This is a general reading. And so again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Sometimes the messages are very broad. Again, we're tapping into the collective. Sometimes it's very specific. So it might be for some of you specifically that needed to hear the message. So, all right, got the crystals set. I've been talking about crystals a lot, stones. Definitely something that's coming up for me. It's, I'm being guided and drawn to utilizing crystals right now. And like specifically being brought certain crystals. So definitely if you're feeling it or being drawn to one that you don't have, I would definitely get it and kind of have it in spaces where you are a lot or spend a lot of time. So alrighty, we're going to start with the astrology for the week. I always find the astrology really interesting, especially then we do the cards. And usually it's right on. It's spot on with kind of the astrology, which totally makes sense. But I think it helps bring some perspective into just generally what you're feeling. And I think, especially astrology and tarot can help us gain perspective and not make us think we're crazy. Because it really is. I found the astrology is so spot on. And, the energies, the planetary movements, the moon, the sun, all that stuff is, we are literally made mostly of water. And all of that energies, as we see, and people who don't necessarily believe, the thing is, it's proven, it's scientifically proven. I mean, we see what the oceans do, like the tides. The tides are really based on energy and based on the moon, and that's why the tide changes, from night to day. And we'll see too with the full moon. You can even see kind of demos. They have a picture of the earth, and they'll show the oceans and how they're moving. And it'll show kind of how as the earth shifts and moves and rotates and where the moon is, how the waters will change as well. So it's very interesting. So I'm going to hit on that. I do that for the weekly reading. So kind of a theme is kind of prepare for some highs and lows this week. That's kind of been how we've been the last couple of weeks. But the big thing here this week, we have a new moon in Aquarius. We have we have two stelliums in Aquarius and Pisces. And I'm making sure you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but to explain what a stellium is if there are more than, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 planets in a certain sign at one time. So there are a lot of planets in Aquarius right now, and there's also a stellium in Pisces. So it seems like most of the planets are in Aquarius and Pisces right now. And kind of the guidance, I kind of generalizing what's going on this week with that stellium. So we have, when you combine that Aquarian and Piscean energy, that's really dominating things right now. What kind of I came up with here in researching online is you take the path less traveled towards your deepest dreams and desires. So the Aquarian is taking the path less traveled. That's very Aquarian. And then you have the Piscean energy, which is really kind of representing your deepest dreams and desires. And so it's kind of like using your intuition, using your soul's guidance and your heart to really dig deep into what is it that you really desire and dream about, and what are those experiences or paths or what kind of life that you really want to live. And right now it's really the planetary alignments and the energy is really supporting you in creating that path forward. And the only way to get to your deepest dreams and desires usually is taking the path less traveled, especially for yourself, right? If you've always followed the same paths or stayed on the same path because, well, I know this path and it's safe, I feel safe on it, it's comfortable, but yet it's boring, or, you may be getting to a point where you're just like, oh, pull my hair out. I'm tired of where I am. I'm tired of this space, this path, and I want something different. So that's kind of the overall themes to dig into what's happening on what days. So the first would be the 27th, which is Monday for us in the States. Mercury enters Aquarius. So that is a great time to think about what's in the highest good, not of just yourself, but of all right now. And this isn't about like, what do other people want from me? This is really about like really digging into the root of the situation, because if it's not good for you, it's not good for everyone. And even if you're, sorry, I need to adjust my desk. We have a Jupiter that just decided to join. So I always make him some space here. Jupiter. Apologies for the interruption. So sometimes we stay in situations because of our own codependencies, or we stay, let's say, oh, it's because of the kids, or I stay because, it's a stable job and I know I'm going to get a paycheck, and I know like there's no instability where I may lose my job. So, but then it's like, well, is it in the best good? Like, is it in the best good if I stay in this relationship? If I'm miserable and it, that energy is radiating out to everyone else. So that's Monday. This movement is also tied to Pluto in Aquarius. So since we have a stellium in Aquarius, that Pluto energy is really kind of also impacting a lot of the other planets as well in the movements. But tied with that Mercury energy, Mercury is about communication and about intellectualizing things, really thinking through things. It may bring about some uncomfortable discussions, discussions that maybe you've been really holding off having for a long time because there's fear around that, or they're going to be, they could potentially go astray. But these discussions are really about what future you really want, aligning with what direction, what path am I going? And you'll definitely get some clarity from people around you when you have these conversations. They're really going to show themselves as whether, hey, are they willing to fight for the same vision, or do you have the same values? I think you're really going to get clarity around, especially with people and also situations. So with that Mercury energy, there's major clarity coming. Just to note, Mars is still in retrograde, so that is still kind of slowing progress, even though the momentum of progress is really gaining, building up. On the 29th, we have the new moon in Aquarius. So that's kind of the big one for the week. That is occurring in a trine with Jupiter, and it's also conjuncting Mercury in Aquarius. So again, theme, major clarity, bringing up major clarity and really laying the foundation of the next chapter, the next move, kind of the next short term, which is going to lead you into the long term. So that new moon energy is great for, again, help manifesting, bringing in what you want. And it's really awakening us to our ability to do alchemy, to integrate, to really using that light and dark presence and energy that we encompass, everything in the universe encompasses, and learning how to navigate both and harmonize both, right? We need both. So instead of pushing away all your dark stuff, pushing away your pain, pushing away things that you believe or have been programmed to think are bad, it's like not, doing bad things, but it's like surrendering and giving space for what we consider bad, because the bad is really just another expression, mirror of what's within us that is calling out, right, to be part of what we would consider the whole of who we are in our existence. And then on the 30th, right after, we have Uranus finally stations direct in Taurus. And that has been in retrograde for a pretty lengthy time. That was, Uranus went into retrograde September 1st of last year. So during that retrograde, kind of the theme is, it was more around internal change, internal breakthroughs, than the external. But now that it's stationing direct and it's going to start going direct, this will kind of, what this is looking like is this is gonna bring about a curveball change. And I've been talking about this for a few weeks. So I wasn't really fixated on this Uranus. That was kind of something that wasn't in my purview. So when I saw this, I was like, that is the exact message that has been coming out in the readings. And this is more a curveball in your external, right? So just be prepared for that. But the curveball is really what it's doing is shifting us in the right direction, or the direction that we're really destined to start going forward. Also, that Uranian energy, if with retrograde, if finances have been tight for you, or a source of stress, or just kind of been a little bit more, you felt some resistance into, like, there wasn't flexibility with finances, that should lighten up, which will be, I think, obviously is welcomed. So that kind of wraps up the week. Some important shifts. A lot of Aquarius going on. So for you Aquarians, you're probably really feeling it. And the Pisceans. And let's see here. I'm gonna, before I start, I'm gonna try to shift Jupiter here. But, Jupiter always brings good luck and good fortune. So we always welcome Jupiter, don't we? All right, let's start with some oracle here. Woo, we got flyers, so I'm going to take them. So we got a man holding a coin. Look at that. Maybe some money coming in. Adjacent possibilities. So I'm just going to show you these. Man holding a coin. Adjacent possibilities. There's that curveball. And the World. There's, again, a new kind of, there's like a new path, a new, because like the World card in the tarot is like endings and new beginnings. So there's some sort of new beginning, something coming full circle, some new energy opening up, a new path, something really, it's like the world. The world is your oyster right now. And this adjacent possibilities is kind of opening up this doorway. And it could be tied with a person, specifically someone who, identifies as male there. So, or a man. So this could be somebody, really, they hold like an opportunity for you. This could be financial, just a new opportunity in general. Usually the man holding the coin isn't necessarily like a relationship, but it can be. So this could be a relationship opportunity for some of you. So definitely, there's someone helping you, really, bringing you towards opening up. Kind of, they're on the kind of standing in the doorway of that new life for you, kind of ushering you in. So this is something this week, okay? So we talked about, so this is interesting. This is really short term, right? So let's pull some more. So we have the Ten of Wands. I want to make sure I have these, sorry, I have these all upside down. So I'm going to, so we have the Six of Wands. So it's almost like there is some success after a long road of hard work or just difficulty, challenges, not feeling success. You know, there's this long-standing, like, path that's been a bit difficult, but now it's like we have something, like success arrives. Or something being recognized, like you're being recognized for something, which leads to success. It could show up either way. We have the King of Wands. Look at all that wand energy. A lot of fire. Ace of Swords. There's that clarity that coming in. It's like all of a sudden you're provided some information or clarity around this. Maybe it's the curveball coming in, or again, a door opening up that you didn't expect. The Hierophant. This could be someone of higher up acknowledging you, or acknowledging something you've done, or giving you a promotion, or again, this could be a new job opportunity coming in. There's the Wheel of Fortune. So there's that. This is like destined. It really is, because like, when things happen like this or unfold, I mean, this really, we have to just accept this is really destiny. If all of a sudden we're going down a path and we're just either blown off it onto a new path, or just like all of a sudden there's this like alternate path that just appears out of nowhere and we're really being pulled towards it. I mean, that's really a new destined calling, a new destined path. So I think I'll hold there for, so that's kind of what we got going on under the scenes here, or what's unfolding for you. It's interesting because we do have like strong male energy here with the King of Wands and the Hierophant, and then we had the man holding a coin. So let's keep going. We have the Seven of Cups, the Fool. So there's the path, there's the really, this is kind of what I said, the path less traveled here. So we're opening up down a new path. It's like we're ending, you see in this world card too, it's like he's on this dock, and it's like he's reached the end of the dock, and the dock's ending, and it's kind of like, okay, well now it's just water, but it's creating an ending to a path you were on, and it's opening up to something much greater. And that's the Seven of Cups. So that's really about dreams and desires. Like, what are our dreams and desires, which we talked about with that Piscean energy, with the Piscean stellium, is really what is it, and going towards it. The Fool, like the Fool rush in. It's like taking a leap of faith towards, on a new path or towards something new, based on what is it I really dream and desire. And maybe it's not something you would normally do, but the Fool to me is like, again, there is some new path opening up for people in general. I think too, we can kind of, apply this to the broader scape of the world, or what's going on externally, is we're literally starting something new. Things are new right now. We're starting a new path, and we're unsure of where this is going to lead us. But in reality, I think where this is leading us, it could look a little scary right now, but I think we just need to trust the path right now, and we're going to get some more clarity around this, I think, this week. So whether it's for your personal life or in the broader sense of the collective. And then we have the King of Cups here. So this new path is really, we're being guided more emotionally here. We're being guided by our heart. And then where it's leading us is towards a space of more fulfillment, being more fulfilled. Potentially, if you are looking for a relationship, this could be leading you towards potentially water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or just somebody who's really emotionally more mature, emotionally available, and has a lot of love for you and a lot of love to give. Yeah, we have the Ace of Cups. Well, look at all these cups. So we have really, look at all these wands down here. Even the Hierophant is holding kind of a wand or a staff, but we have a lot of wand energy. So there's a lot of fire unfolding, a lot of like, you know, and the wands are really that connection to source, our connection to our higher self. And the wand is the source of channeling energy, right, from the higher dimensions into the physical. And it kind of represents, you know, even like a wand where you, or a match that you light up. So that fire is really being ignited, which is passion, it's creativity, it's inspiration, it's knowledge, more from a higher sense, not necessarily from like our human mental, which is the sword. The moon, there's that, we have that new moon this week, and the Page of Cups. So again, we're surrounded by cups, and then the moon is also water energy. So, and there's the moon, which is Pisces. So we are just really swimming in the depths right now. We're swimming in the depths with that Pisces energy, and then you combine that with Aquarian, which is air, which is kind of an interesting combo, but I do like that Aquarius, again, is very expansive energy, and our emotional space is very deep and expansive. So there's kind of that tie. So we have the Ace of Cups. So again, what is it? We want a new, again, how am I describing this? It's like we want to be fulfilled in a new way. We want our cup filled, right? When we think of that saying, filling our own cup. But we also want someone else, right? Because in this picture, there's a couple here, and they're able to fill each other's cup fully. And that's the place we really want to be in all areas of our life, right? There's a lot of moon, there's a lot of dreaminess here. And there's this another offer here with an offer or a message of love coming in. It could be from this King of Cups here. So there's a lot of deep feelings that we've really been ruminating on or feeling into, but now it's almost like what's coming is these coming up to the surface, right? And there's that uranium energy, Uranus. And maybe that is Uranian. I don't know. Three of Wands. So that's waiting for something new to come into. It's like just we're committed to our path. We're trusting in what's unfolding for us and trusting that things are coming in that are going to be fulfilling, but also that our dreams and desires, we're not giving up on those. Five of Swords, the Empress. So the only really kind of more negative card you could call it is this Five of Swords in here. And there could be a little bit more of this. There's a shift where, because you have the Fool and you have the Swords, and then you have the Moon in the middle. So, right, that's the Moon is the unknown. The Moon is our fears. And it's like the Fool is able to still feel the fear, but move forward. And again, that trust and that taking a leap of faith, even though you don't necessarily know the outcome or know that, hey, maybe this new path Is it going to be good or bad? You don't know, right? But if you're feeling it, and it seems like you're really feeling the call, you're being pulled in a direction here. The Five of Swords is more needing to control how that looks, needing to control the outcome, needing to control every, step you take on this new path. But that's not the new energy. So that's where I'm saying here, there's this guidance around trusting the process, trusting the universe, trusting that whatever happens is for your best and highest good, but taking these new leaps of faith, taking opportunities, taking risks that could potentially have, big reward. We don't know, right? But the Empress too with this is really about trusting in your power and confidence and your ability to navigate. The Empress is the highest feminine energy of the tarot deck. I mean, she has the ultimate knowledge, the experience, the wisdom, the intuition, all of it, right? She is all the queens combined. So you have the mental capacity, you have the emotional space and harmony, and the emotional regulation. I feel that you've been kind of feeling into and learning. And then you have the passion to do it. And then you have the Pentacles, which maybe you're like, well, I don't have, if it's something about money, but you are being provided what you need to move forward. So I think this Five of Swords is really about that need to control and wanting a certain outcome. But I do feel like that's the curveball here, is it's something that you didn't expect and that potentially isn't what you initially thought was going to happen. So I got the Death card here with the Five of Swords. So there is this need to end this kind of pattern. So if this is like a personality or a pattern due to, again, you created this coping mechanism out of fear, or like, again, all of our coping mechanisms and our kind of reactions to life are based on childhood, the past. So either childhood or even potentially alternate lives that we're kind of strongly tied to. But like, there's an end to this. So if this has also been a dynamic in your families or relationships, I see this really transforming. So something is ending here. There is an ending, but I think it's more, again, some energetic internal stuff going on. So I like that. Let's get one for the King of Cups and the Page of Cups here. Four of Wands. Yeah, so there is this like real level of connection that's coming. This is, really this is kind of saying, so again, if it's a relationship, I do feel like there's a relationship coming in that's really strong and stable, and you're going to build on this with this person and build a new kind of life with them. Long term, this could be if you've been waiting for a engagement, that this could be that, a wedding. But there is love, there is connection here, there is stability, there is this new kind of concept of what home is to you. And again, home is a feeling, not a place. So again, it's creating this feeling of, this is where I'm supposed to be, right? And this is where I feel good. I'm fulfilled here. This idea of like looking up and saying, oh, I really love my life. I mean, there's always going to be ups and downs and phases and troubles potentially, or just, conflicts that arise in our life. But in the external, we have this solid place, which we would call home, which we're building this new concept of that. This is looking great this week. I mean, this is, a lot of still of that emotions, right? We still got a lot of this really affecting our emotional state, but I like the Wands. And then this clarity, right out through all of this water, through all these emotions, there's just this knife or this sword that comes in that kind of cuts through, because sometimes these emotions, especially this many, can be confusing. Especially we did get the 7 of Cups. So this can create confusion, a little bit of distortion, right? Because that water can sometimes distort the picture. But the clarity is really coming through to kind of help you see clearly through the emotions, and almost to guide you. This is the direction. This is the direction. And maybe there with the Hierophant too, and this man with the coin, this potentially could be like a mentor or a teacher, or like someone who is knowledgeable about maybe some energy work or spiritual work that's going to help you navigate this new path. So that could also be what these energies are. So that could be for some of you. All right. So I'm going to leave us there with that. Definitely hit that like if this really resonated with you. Share with others if you feel this would be helpful for them. But you guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next readings. Bye for now.